morning, and welcome to Emotional Response. This is Ivory. Hi, Life Coaching with Ink. We're back again doing the bonus track on conflict. I said I was going to cover it over the weekend. However, I am a mom, and mom duties did call. Both of my kids were really sick, unfortunately, so it required a little more of my time. So I wasn't off schedule. I thought I could insert the bonus track on conflict over the weekend, and I wasn't able to. So I made sure that I addressed it today. But being a mom plays a significant role in my life. Um, it encompasses everything else that I do, and I exist out of that role because they're ever on my thoughts, ever in my thoughts, and ever on my heart. So that's me. Some people know how to stop, pause what is going on with our emergency and still do an insert, but they needed my undivided attention and charge it to, don't charge it to my heart because I'm still passionate about making sure y'all get all the necessary information. And that's why before I even roll into another topic today, I'm going to finish the bonus part of conflict. Last week I did cover the what conflict is and what it looks like. Then I covered the next day the 5 points under conflict. The 5 points under conflict were: be able to separate people from the problem. Number 2, listen carefully to the different interests that the opposing party might have. Number 3, listen first, talk second. Number 4, set out the facts versus the assumptions. And number 5, explore options together. And not necessarily things have to be done in that order, but it's no order to it, but it's kind of like an ingredient. And when you look at it like that, the more meatier the ingredient is, the more valuable and rich things can be. So just try to make sure that you make, when you deal with conflict, it very effective for both parties. Not just a platform for you to just express all the turmoil that's going on with you or the tension that's going on between you and another party, but actually it becomes effective for the both of y'all. My final points to cap on with conflict, and this is going to be brief. I wanted to talk about choosing your battles. Everything doesn't have to be a conflict. Some things, as you go along and you dwell with the person, you'll find understanding and why things are done the way they've done, or why the person said what they said, or you grow to understand their background a little more, which understands their worldview even more. So with that in mind, choose your battles. Don't make everything a conflict. Even though there is fruitful results out of conflict, you don't want to make everything a conflict. Choose your battles. Know when to sit down and talk about something. Know when to log it and hope for a deeper understanding, or sit at bay and say it's not that deep and let it go. Because sometimes we do major in the minors. I have to repeat. We do major in the minors. Everything doesn't need to be discussed. Sorry. Sometimes you even got to examine your heart. Sitting down and making something a conflict that's not a conflict, is it a power trip for you? Does it makes you esteem yourself? We gotta talk. Da 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 da. Does it esteem your ego to the point that you feel more important when conflict is going on? Know your heart. Examine your heart. Because sometimes our dispositions can be very dysfunctional in our relationships. And we don't have to be what we're used to being. Well, I'm used to being like that. No, calm down. Calm down. If what you're used to being has not given you the results that you want, or effective or beneficial results for not just you but opposing parties, then what you used to be I'm used to being like this. I'm used to doing this. What might have to need to occur is change. And that goes under exploring various options. Because sometimes it's not the issue on the table. It's just a matter of you even exploring your internal makeup and why you're wired the way you wired and do what you do. And seeing it and then working opposite of it. Because then when you do that, you understand the world more, you understand yourself more, and you become more appreciative in the uniqueness of the relationships that you have in life. Yes, you can have a relationship with anyone, but anyone can't have a relationship with you. They could walk down the street and have the relationship with 40 different women or 40 different men, but you specifically is based on you and not anybody else walking down the street. And so there's a unique part about you, and you need to sometimes gain security in the uniqueness of you, so that even won't be a conflict. You see other people discussing stuff and making a conflict, so you roll over and try to make it a conflict in your relationship. Calm down. Calm down. You're magnifying things that are not meant to be magnified according to your relationship, according to you. The person you're in a relationship with, that stuff don't even matter to them. So you got to know your partner. But choosing your battles is very key. Another point I wanted to discuss under conflict before I close this topic out is making sure the person walks away feeling like the conflict was resolved. Not like feeling that the conflict is resolved. Make sure y'all both walk away with an understanding. Not, oh, okay, I settled it. Did you? Did you really settle it? And is the person really walking away with a conclusion? So those two main things are so key. I covered two main things before. I covered the 5 significant points within conflict, and now I'm closing with 2 main points after closing out of a conflict. It's not cookie cut, but it's certain ingredients, just like a cake. Everybody doesn't make the same 7-Up cake, but overall they use the same ingredients. Some might use more sour cream, some might use more 7-Up. With an apple pie, somebody use more different kinds of apples, but the ingredients really stays the same, pretty consistent. And so that's how it is with conflict. You might need a little more at one point, and somebody else might need a little less at that point. So that's the key points of the conflict. Inbox me, email me, call me, text me, reach out to me if you want to dive any further and seek clarity on particular things within relationships. But conflict is a very fruitful mechanism that allows people to have deeper understanding of an individual, gain deeper footing in their relationships, and move forward in a productive way. Because now I know your worldview. Now I didn't know this is how you felt. I didn't know my behaviors affect this. So when you keep those things in consideration, you become better in your relationships and you become more healthier in your social connections. This concludes the series on conflict.